Today, we're going to be talking about Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes,
Perfect. I
also
don't know
known as
much.
El Mencho.
Okay.
We're going to start, too, a little bit with going a little history of the Mexican cartels, a little brief history of it, where the cartels come from. Cartels are, we're going to go back to cocaine. Cocaine is best grown in Bolivia, Colombia, and Peru. They have the best climate for it, the best soil for it. How Mexican cartels start is by Colombian cartels selling them cocaine in bulk, and then Mexican cartels being able to move it. And there was two cartels at this time when they started. One is the Sinaloa Cartel, which was run by El Chapo. Did you ever hear his name?
Sounds familiar.
El Chapo is the guy that was arrested by Mexican officials, and then after that he escaped by his guys dug a tunnel up to basically his cell and got him out of jail that way twice.
Twice.
Now he's in a the criminal jail in Chicago.
Oh my God.
So El Chapo's still alive. And then it's also, so you have the Sinaloa Cartel and then the Jalisco Cartel. We're mostly going to be talking about the Jalisco Cartel. So we're going to go into a little bit first. This is how Mexican cartels start. Drugs start coming from South America, and that builds them up. But it's kind of expensive, and you have to deal with the climate of South America when you're growing these different types of, cocaine, opium, things like that. Other things do grow in Mexico. Marijuana and opium poppies. Opium poppies don't grow the best there, but they can grow there. They're mainly grown in the Middle East. So do you know about this?
Mm-mm.
Opium poppies, 90% of the world's opium poppies come from Afghanistan.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually look at the old photos when we went over there during the first, early 2000s. You had U.S. troops guarding opium poppies.
Oh,
and it was like a
okay.
huge conspiracy. Like, why are we guarding the opium poppies?
Yeah.
Is
it true that the
Just
poppy
raise your
seeds
hand.
on here on a bagel? Like, is that?
That's the same poppy.
It is?
Yep. You can fail you can fail a drug test by eating too many of
Really?
those. Yeah, so
Eating too many? How many would that be?
apparently just one.
Darn it.
Because trust me, there's a time I tried to blame it on that.
Is it? It's. I had a bagel. You got me. Wait, but is it so? But you're not feeling effects from it after a bagel, right? Like, I've had a poppy seed bagel.
Like, is there any of the
what? How?
Like morphine type effects from opium?
Is that what it makes you feel? It's like morphine?
I don't think if you eat enough poppy seeds that it gets you high. I don't believe that's true.
But it's a pain relieving drug. Okay.
Yeah, it's been around a long time. Like, it's been known for a long time.
Who's texting you? I shouldn't ask
someone
you
from DoorDash.
Woo, we're getting food?
No, putting the tavern on DoorDash.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long thing coming.
That's exciting. All right.
Yeah, we'll see. But, okay, so one thing, we'll go into the smuggling methods that the Sinaloa Cartel uses, as well as the CJNG, which is the Jalisco New Group Cartel. That is the one that we're going to be talking about, which El Mencho ran. The Sinaloa Cartel, still up and running. Those are the two biggest ones, right? Sinaloa Cartel is mainly known for their border tunnels. So they were great at building tunnels. Obviously, they got the guy out of jail, but also drones. So they were big on drones, and a lot of people would think that was a silly way to do it. But for the reasoning behind it is, like, a little amount that a drone cost and what the supply was bringing, it was successful in a way and it still produced money. And then truck convoys were the biggest ones for the CJNG, which is the Jalisco Cartel.
Okay.
And then they got into the submarines. So they have these semi-submersible submarines that they were bringing drugs across with. And now they're getting into, but the one thing about the semi-submersible is, like, they have to float at the water a little bit. So they were, like, you really just couldn't see it unless you were flying over top of it, but they were getting caught. Now they're creating completely submersible submarines that you can literally maneuver all the way over to where they have to go. their main concern that they were facing were anytime those submarines would get caught, those people would talk. So now they're actually working on like completely remote controlled submarines. So like these, do you know anything about Mexican cartels, like how advanced they are? So one thing that I support this topic so much is that Trump back in 2024 classified them as a terrorist group, put them in the exact same category as ISIS, Al Qaeda, everything like that.
Interesting, yeah.
And the reason why is because, I guess this was on before we did our first, when we did our first take, 500 deaths since 2015 just from fentanyl alone. So he's saying that, you know, if it's causing 500 deaths a year, that's a terrorist group.
Didn't you say 70,000?
70,000 a year, so 500,000 since 2015.
Yeah, okay.
So
70,000 a year.
70,000 a year, just from fentanyl alone. Now, when you classify someone as a terrorist group, that means we can go in and get them, right? So if they're just like a regular cartel operating in a different country,
interesting.
we can't go into that country. We would breach sovereignty.
Okay.
If we went and did that. But when you call them a terrorist group, any kind of act of terror that we consider an act of terror in the United States, we can now go into their country and go get them. And so the issue that we're having is with I forget her name. It's Carla. The new president of Mexico is Carla Schumberg, I believe her name is. I'll think of it in a second. But she does not want the United States in Mexico at all. Except one way. She will take any intel that we're willing to give her, but she wants any of the actual boots on the ground to be Mexican special forces or Mexican police.
Okay.
So
intel that we'll give her about the cartels.
Yeah, and about where people are.
All right, fine.
But she doesn't want our boots on the ground.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, I get it.
We get it, but we don't get it when she just became the president in the last couple of years. The 39 people that ran against her all died. She's a cartel plant. So she was most likely placed in her position of power because of the cartel. So she's facing it from both sides.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's getting the push from Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah.
Which is saying, no, we need you to be taking care of this. And she's getting pushed from the cartel saying, but it's like, we're going to kill you if you don't do what we say. So this is like a huge win, possibly, for her to shut up Washington by giving up. El Mencho was considered the most wanted man in the Western Hemisphere up until Sunday. He had a $15 million bounty on his head.
Holy shit.
And technically a $30 million bounty, 15 from the U.S., 15 from Mexico. So he was considered the most wanted man in the world. And she delivered him to herself, but quieted Washington doing that. But the issue that we're going to have now, just like when El Chapo went down, or like anytime one of their leaders go down, one of their lieutenants are all going to shuffle now, and there's going to be a breach of power. Who's going to fill that vacuum?
Do you think, is he like, if she is a plant of the cartel and there's all these weird dynamics, do you think he's actually dead?
Oh yeah, we know he's dead.
Okay.
So on Sunday, February 22nd, a Mexican special forces went into a place called Telepo, which is a mountain town outside, I believe it's Guadalajara, which is like the western side of Mexico. They go in there and they take out a bunch of his bodyguards and whatnot. They shoot him. They get him on a helicopter to try to get him out of there, and he dies in the helicopter on his way out.
How'd he die in the helicopter?
From the gunshots.
Oh.
So he died he died from the gunshots on his way out of Mexico. Now, what is such an issue with him is because he has been since 2015 the primary exporter of fentanyl out of Mexico into the United States, as well as methamphetamine. What they were able to do, and this is where, did you ever watch that TV show Ozark?
Yeah, I watched part of it, yeah.
Okay. So it's money laundering, right? And they're money laundering for the Mexican cartel. The one thing that is such a big issue with these guys not only importing so much fentanyl is where they get their fentanyl from.
Mm.
and then what they're doing with their money laundering as well. And both of it comes to China. Okay? So China creates all the chemicals that creates fentanyl in the world.
Huh.
So they are the main producer of, and we use fentanyl in everything. We use, well, not everything. That sounds like it's like sugar.
Yeah.
Fentanyl's everything.
Little
It's in your
sprinkle.
Cheerios.
Yeah.
No, they're the main supplier of the chemicals that produce fentanyl. So where Jalisco is and Guadalajara and such is on the western side of Mexico. So China now ships down their synthetic chemicals over into Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mexico now has all the labs to make fentanyl plus methamphetamine.
Mm-hmm.
Those drugs are not the same. So, using different chemicals to make different things. But now you've cut out South America, that they do not need to be pushing their cocaine across. Now Mexico is basically producing all the fentanyl and methamphetamine that comes into the United States. But they're getting their supplies from China.
Okay.
So years ago, people used to say that the war with China would come this way. Either through,
interesting.
like they would slowly just pick us apart, through like AI technology or something like that. But they can pick us apart through the killing of 500,000 people in the last 11 years. Like that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then there's the old thing. Well, like, why are you producing something that is so potent? So fentanyl is 50 times more potent than heroin.
Ugh.
Methamphetamine is 10. I think it's like. Okay, so it's 50. Fentanyl is 50% more potent than heroin, 100% more potent than morphine. And so the argument is like, well, why are you producing something that you're selling that's going to be giving you such a fatality rate?
Mm-hmm.
The issue with it is it only costs $4,000 to make 1 kilo of fentanyl. The street value of 1 kilo is $1 million.
Oh.
So
My God.
making, I don't want to do the math on here. It sounds
That's a lot.
$996,000. $996,000?
Million. Oh, you said 1 million.
So we're going over this. But then they don't also just play this part. The issue that we're having with China too, when it comes to this whole drug trade, is so now Mexico, these cartels, Sinaloa and Jalisco Cartel are both getting their supplies from China, right? And now the thing is, when you bring these drugs across and you sell them in the United States, you don't just sell them you sell them for cash, right? So there used to be the old ways of money laundering, which were, you could do any cash style services like, restaurants, casinos, things like that. Like they use in Ozark a little bit, casinos and restaurants and strip clubs. They do there too. They don't do it that way anymore. It's just too easy to be found out that way now.
Mm-hmm.
What they do now is China sends over their own brokers. So they send over their own people, their own brokers that are now washing the money for the cartels.
Okay.
So similar ways that they'll do it, though, is like through restaurants, other things like that. But they use their own broking system in their underground banks. So that basically all the drugs are being sold in the United States. And since they can't use their own ways of washing money, they go to the Chinese brokers that have been placed here. Then they offshore it out to their underground accounts. And then it now funnels right back to Mexico. So it's just like this triangle between China, Mexico, and then the Chinese brokers that have been placed here.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
So it's become a problem. And it's like apparently the most sophisticated money laundering that's been going on is they've been able to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
So China's getting on both sides. They're getting the cartels to be able to buy their supplies and then washing their money for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an attack from China. All right. That's why I love that cartels were considered terrorist groups.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to invade any other country. I really don't. There's escalations with Iran right now. We went into Venezuela recently. I'm not going to say I'm very pro going into these other countries, but this one, yeah. I feel like it's just an attack on America, and why we wouldn't go in there if we could. it baffles me. I'm very pro putting troops in Mexico to take out these cartels. These cartels are very
Interesting.
advanced.
Yeah, it is a huge. I mean, yeah, a huge shift to call it a terrorist group, and it's a good shift in perspective as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's no like physical cash. It's completely untraceable and very scalable for the Mexican cartels. It is. Here's a quote here. It's the U.S. officials call it one of the most powerful money laundering engines in the world.
Jeez.
Is the Chinese Mexican cartel. That interview with Andrew Santino, where he does Channel 5 in Kensington, he goes in and he's interviewing some of the guys, and he's like, "So, what's the gang warfare like?" And what they say is, gang warfare doesn't exist anymore. It's Chinese or it's Mexican.
Oh.
So the hits that they're getting, it's like a phone call will come across their line, and it's not like the normal gang warfare that we used to watch movies about and things like that. They don't really even know where the call is coming from. It's Mexicans are feuding with the Chinese. Hit comes out and it's like boom, boom, boom. Camera catches it like gang warfare that happens on the street, but it's really just between them. And then it's that if you haven't watched that documentary, it's like 45 minutes. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, I would watch it. That sounds really cool. The guy who just died. So you were talking about now there's going to be a shift. Like somebody's just going to take his place, right? So what's going on with that? Do you know?
Well, we'll start with who he is first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is so when it went to El Chapo, when he was taken down in around I think it's 2015 or 16, when he finally gets shipped up to Chicago, he still had sons. So
Okay.
he had sons that
no.
were in,
no.
and when those sons were first arrested after El Chapo was arrested, all of his guys, they start this thing. There's like a Spanish word for it, but pretty much it's like they burn whatever city is going on where they're at, and they end up releasing those guys. So El Chapo, when it came to his power struggle, it wasn't as much, but there was still fighting between lieutenants, power struggle, who's going to take over what El Chapo was doing. It's a little bit different with El Mencho because they've been slowly picking him off, but slowly picking his family off. So he was born we'll go over this a little bit, born July 17th, 1966 in a tiny farming village of Milwaukee. He drops out of school in grade school, and by age of 14, he starts working for an avocado farm. The avocado farm it eventually turns into a marijuana farm, and then it becomes an armed guard at 14 years old of a marijuana farm.
Jeez.
There's like the saying that mountains that grow avocados also grow marijuana in Mexico.
Can you imagine being 14 and being an armed guard as 14? Or can you imagine coming upon a 14-year-old armed guard?
Did you ever watch those Blood Diamond? Did you ever watch Blood Diamond? With Leonardo DiCaprio? Oh my gosh, that's like this stuff is so real and it's happening all around the world all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or like Rwanda, or Somalia. Those kids are 12 years old, 14 years old, given AK-47s.
It gives me like goosebumps thinking about it. It's just they're like so little. They're so little, so skinny, so scrawny, holding this ginormous gun.
Yeah.
My Lord.
But I mean that's why. Okay, we can celebrate that this guy, or I'm not saying celebrate, whatever, that he's not here anymore. It is kind of, we're saving lives by him not being here, right? But he was brought up in this world.
Yeah.
If you're like a simple little avocado farmer, you're not making that much money. You want to make more money. You want to make it for your family. Someone hands you a gun at 14 years old. You're extremely influenced. You're going to guard that marijuana farm, and you're going to be looking up to the guy who's however old, and being like, yeah, maybe I should do this. He's got a shinier gun, or he's got a car, or he's got a chain, or whatever it is that you're.
Yeah, it could be a car, a house. It could be it's so much bigger than this person. I don't know what it would be like to be looking at a 14-year-old guarding that stuff. That's why, God, I don't know, like you. It's insane to watch like child soldiers. Yeah, and it's also it's sad. Like you said, without him being here, there are lives being saved. But the reality is that the system is way bigger than him. they're just going to find somebody to replace him, which is kind of how we got onto this topic. And it's, it's sad that this exists, that this is the system.
Not everyone's sad, because there is the talk on people like that who get into power. They try to do like the old Al Capone theory, where he would give back to the community and things like that. They'd still be feared, but like the community would still, maybe get some stuff from them. They would still feed people, things like that.
Maybe I think I just mean sad in the sense that like it's just sad as an overall picture, but I'm sure there are. It's just the way of life, like you're saying. It just is. Like it just is.
It is the way of life.
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're 14 years old and you're like, I'm struggling right now, and someone's offering me something better than what I have at the moment, you might take it.
Well, it's also that. I mean, that's anyone. Like even like young kids here, everywhere. Young kids like, oh yeah, I make this much money. I see, like, even if you were to be, like a dancer, like when I was a dancer and it was like, oh, I work at this club. I make this much money a night. Like, do you want to come? And I'd be like, wow, that's like a lot of money. That sounds good. Like it's a normal feeling to have.
Were you a stripper? Is that what you're saying?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I knew.
That's what it sounded like.
That's what I was referring to. Yeah, I had friends that people. Wow. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah. Yeah, like my
especially
friends
as a kid, very malleable.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah, you're grown up. You need money. You want things. Like, sounds good to me.
Yeah. So, shortly after this, he crosses into California illegally in the 1980s. Ends up having multiple fake IDs, makes his way to San Francisco. He runs a heroin distribution up in San Francisco. So now he's out of Mexico, up there, and he gets arrested for stolen possession and having a firearm. He goes to jail. Gets out of jail, goes right back into the streets, continues doing what he's doing. Gets arrested again in 1991. This time goes to prison for 5 years. And then after that, he gets deported. So after he gets deported, back down to Mexico, he makes a completely different shift. He joins the Mexican police. Okay? Joins the Mexican police, the thought is that not to study, or not to actually enforce the laws, but to study exactly how the inner workings of the police in Mexico are. So now he joins the Mexican police force, is on that for a while, and then there comes there's another person who dies. His name is Ignacio, and he starts working for him, and that's in the Mencho Cartel, which is a subsection of the Sinaloa Cartel. Starts working for them and marries into the Valencia family, which is another subsection of the Sinaloa Cartel. If you look at like the map of Mexico, Sinaloa is like closer to California, and then underneath that is more like the Jalisco territory. So he marries in to the Sinaloa Cartel, really to the subsidiaries of the Sinaloa Cartel, and under that he learns under this guy named Ignacio.
Okay.
Under Ignacio, he learns meth production and how to scale the industry, right? So he's learning, pretty much becoming an apprentice, it sounds like, if you want to put it in that way, under this guy. 2010, Ignacio, special forces raid his house. He dies in a firefight. Now there's another power struggle. This guy's gone. Instead of joining forces with the Sinaloa, since he became very higher up in that area, he ends up branching out and creating the CJNG, which is the Jalisco New Group Cartel, which is also not a branch of the Jalisco Cartel. So now he's branching out, making his own thing. El Mencho now breaks away, but the one thing that he does is like Sinaloa, Jalisco, two different factions. One is known for like brutality, force, where the other one is known more for like corporatizing theirs, like almost like franchising their business in a way. So what he's known for is taking like both, and where he is considered like he franchised the Mexican cartel. and he takes the deadly force that he learned, and then also the like financial knowledge that he learned from the other.
You know you've seen We're the Millers.
Yes.
You know
It's a
the
good
scene
movie.
where like the guy from the Office, where he's like the head and he pulls him in and like they kidnap him, they bring him in, and then they take his hood off and he's standing on plastic and he's like, whoa, no man, I didn't like whatever, and he's like, relax, bro. Like he's like, it's okay, we're just remodeling. But like, and he like reminds me of that. Like he's very corporate, very like finance bro mixed with this like brutality, like violence.
I don't know if people describe him that way, but yeah.
It just the way you're describing is just reminding me of that scene and character. I don't think he.
That's such a good movie though.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. It's so good, so funny.
I like Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, yeah.
But all right, so he creates this. One thing about El Chapo was he was very like flashy. He would take interviews. He would post on social media. His sons would post on social media. It was like gold-plated AK-47s, flashy cars, all this stuff. And El Mencho does something completely different. He hides. Right, so even right before El Chapo's death, he took an interview with, or right before his capture, he didn't die. Sean Penn, do you know Sean Penn, the actor?
Yeah, what's he in again?
He's in a lot.
Yeah, but like a famous one.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He's really young in that. Jeez, man, what's a Sean Penn movie?
All right.
Really famous.
No, like I know.
I
just want to see his face. Okay.
Sean Penn. There he is. This guy. Do you recognize him or no?
Oh yeah. Okay. The reason that he was just in the new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
With
about the Mexican cartel.
Yeah. Oh my god, he was so. Oh my god, he was so scary.
He was good in that. He played that part really well. I liked.
Yeah,
he was
did,
probably my favorite character in that movie. Like not like favorite actor in the movie.
Yeah, very complex, very
love that
twisted.
movie.
What, you didn't love it?
No.
Yeah, we could get into it. Joe and I, for the first 20 minutes, hated it. And
Same.
Joe was like, what is this?
Why
like,
is it
why?
good?
Yeah, why? Like, why do people love this? And then we're getting through it, and he's like, well, ugh. I was like, well, we can shut it off. He's like, no, like, I
fell
need to
asleep.
see it through. It got good. Like, once we got past the first 20 minutes, and I think the thing is that, like, the first 20 minutes are supposed to be like insufferable, but like you're just kind of like, like I hate this. And then once it got Leonardo DiCaprio, fantastic in that movie. It made me just like love him all over again. I thought he was so fun and funny and awesome.
I think he's good in every role.
He is, yeah. Love him. Then I went on a Leonardo DiCaprio kick, watched Wolf of Wall Street for the first time. Then I was like, can we watch Titanic? We haven't gotten there yet though, because I can't emotionally handle it, but it's fine.
And I just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, Leo's good in that too. He just played like, he's just. I also love Mikey Madison in that movie.
Yeah, she's awesome. Oh my god, when I saw her, I was like, hey, because I saw Anora first, and
Great fucking movie.
yeah, it's awesome.
So good.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Joe and I talked about that.
Anora.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
think
remember that part.
There's a post of that.
I remember that part of the episode.
But okay, so also El Mencho takes control of all the ports of Western Mexico.
Hold on, can you pause?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Joe
Go for
needs
it.
to pick up my posters. If you go, just tell him you're picking up Emma's posters for Dagwoods, and his name is Don. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No, you're good.
That was
El Mencho he takes over all the most, if not all, the ports of Western Mexico. So now he's got this whole supply of the chemical imports coming in, and it's a multi-scale territory. So he just grows. And the one thing that makes his real claim to fame, where he had to go into hiding, was in 2015. The special forces tried to go get him. Or 2015, special forces tried to go get him. Helicopters come in, all that. and one of his guys shoots down a helicopter, and is the first Mexican cartel member to shoot down an aircraft.
That's
That
crazy.
came after
With
them.
what? A
Rocket
bazooka?
launcher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Kills 9 officers.
Oh my God. That's
And then shortly after that goes after the Mexico City police, tries to assassinate him, shoots him 3 times, kills many other men.
Who? Can we go back to, because I'm getting confused between El Pacho and El Mencho.
El Mencho. Oh, you're talking about El Chapo?
El
Chapo's in jail at this point. Well, in
Chapo.
2000,
So that's not what we're talking. We're talking about the guy
Just
that
El
died
Mencho.
on Sunday.
They go after El Mencho.
Okay.
They try to get him.
Okay.
They bring helicopters this time.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Shoots down a helicopter with his buddy with a rocket launcher. Kills 9 officers. Brings the first Mexican cartel to shoot down an aircraft.
Got it.
Then goes after the chief of police in Mexico City. Tries to assassinate him. Fails. Shoots him 3 times. Kills other officers. Now they consider it like an attack on the state. But after he does this, they lay off. They don't know what to do, and he goes into hiding. And they hesitate to pursue him for years. But then they also can't find him. Instead of taking any kind of flashy stance on it, he goes into the mountains, hides, and the main way that he's communicating with people is just through audio threads for 10 years. Yeah, just mainly, there's other ways I guess he was communicating, but the main things are, it was hard to find him because they couldn't triangulate where he was and such. So he would just send out audio threads.
Through what, though?
I don't know what that
This is
means.
what's amazing to me is that it's amazing to me that you can still disappear in today's world. That seems so hard to do.
In Mexico?
I feel like anywhere with GPS, cell phones, technology, you have an IP address, you have this, you log in, they're talking about Epstein logging into his Fortnite account. I don't know. There's just so many.
Fortnite?
Oh my God, you didn't hear about that?
No, dude,
Oh my
tell me
God.
about it.
Apparently, he logged into his Fortnite account recently, and everyone's going nuts over it because, yeah.
Recently?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll just play Fortnite. Make a new account.
Yeah, right, that's what I said. I'm like, no, people are really convinced. They're like, no, this is really significant. Now I'm a little bit is it? Because couldn't it be just somebody else, or couldn't it be? But yeah, it was apparently his account, and it got logged into recently. So I don't know, but
do they have did he ever record himself playing Fortnite?
I have no idea.
Do they know if it was really his account?
From what I've heard, it sounds like that. Yes, but to me, it feels like somebody could. But then, Joe made he was like, well, who would be playing on his account? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that's invasive in boy world. Don't touch my system. Don't touch my account. You know what I mean? I don't.
Could have been hacked.
Yeah, it could have been hacked. It could have been.
Have you ever played Fortnite?
No.
Yeah, right. You just think that guy's playing Fortnite?
Well, apparently he was. Yeah,
He's top in the
playing,
world.
Yeah,
he's like a Twitch streamer.
He was. Yeah, really. Yeah, he was playing Fortnite. Yeah, before he died, that was his. He did that. He did those things. It's so weird to think about these big name people doing regular things, just playing video games. You're like, ugh. Anyway, but yeah, apparently he was.
Ugh.
So anyway, I say this because it just
anytime
it
you touch something that can be seen by whatever
technology,
yeah,
feels like it makes a
so easy
an
to find.
imprint.
Well, when Trump did make these people consider them terrorist groups, he did say, we can find you anywhere, and so that was, I guess, part of this intel that was sent out was so there's a thing called a kill chain, and the parts of the kill chain are you find, you fix, you track, you target, and then you engage. And then after that, it's called the access. But so when they go after him to actually do the killing, the United States were part of 4, not the 5th. So they found Mencho. They made the fix, meaning that they know he was actually going to be there. They were able to track him to where exactly he was, target him. All those were done by the United States, apparently. And then the actual engagement was done by Mexican Special Forces.
Because they couldn't come in.
Yeah. Claudia Sheinbaum or Schaumbauer is the president now. She does not want American boots on the ground.
Right. Huh.
So
Okay.
a lot of people believe that this was a little bit of her too, because she had to deliver. She had to deliver something. But if you watch Ozark, like the FBI, the thing that pissed me off of that show is I think it's true that they're like the one guy. They're like, okay, we'll make you an informant, but you have to still stay the cartel boss for 5 years. And they're like, wait. And you're watching, going, wait. Like, we have him right here. You could take him in. They're like, yeah, but we got to make sure like the money's still coming in, because the FBI takes some of the money and then they use some of the money. And then you guys didn't watch the other seasons?
No. I got it. It wasn't like my jam, but
It was better the second time, I thought.
I heard it's amazing. I just it's like dark, and I was like,
But that's the whole thing, that these guys just become informants. I don't know if El Mencho would have done that. But you asked earlier about the power struggle of who's going to take over the power struggle now, like who's going to take lead. So what they were doing before they actually got El Mencho, I have some of these written down, they get his wife arrested in 2021. His brother Antonio gets arrested in 2022. Don Udo is another one associated with him, gets arrested. It's another family member. His son-in-law fakes his death and then ends up getting arrested in 2024. And so now it's
fakes his death,
and then they found out that his death wasn't real, and they end up arresting him as well, and he was supposed to take charge. So they have his son, they have his daughter, they had his wife. So they started just picking all these people off. So by the time they've killed him, he doesn't really have like a next of kin to take power.
Okay.
So what the president of Mexico says is, we don't always really want, it's weird, they don't want technically things like this happening, because when this kind of stuff happens, it just creates mass chaos. And chaos meaning, so on February 22nd, when they killed El Mencho, the CJNG, the Jalisco Cartel, just starts blockading streets, and by blockading, they're just setting things on fire, burning down cities. Puerto Vallarta is like a big city that people go on vacation in. We're all on lockdown. Any Americans in Mexico right now are supposed to stay put and wait for the embassy to give them orders.
Oh, geez.
There's been like crazy blockades of just like human bodies. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
wait, I have a question. So what, like, okay, was this guy like loved throughout the country, or like what's going on?
no, these are guys that are, I don't know if he had that kind of.
Yeah, like why is like I understand structurally that would be disruptive, but like, did they like this guy? Did they like why
Like
are
the people?
Yeah, like why are people like setting things on fire? And
That's a response to it's a message. So they create the chaos as a message, as you just went after our captain.
so the cartel is doing this.
Oh yeah, the cartel's doing this.
Okay, so it's not like just
The
regular
people.
yeah,
it's
like
not the people.
normal,
No, it's
regular
cartels
people.
doing this. I'm sorry.
I see.
Yeah, so the cartel starts creating chaos. It was a message. When El Chapo got arrested too, they did the exact same thing, but it only lasted like a couple days. So they send a message, they start burning things down. It's like, yeah, roadblocks, meaning setting buses on fire, things like that. Shootouts. Immediately that day, 6 Mexican states were affected by this. Airports were shut down. All tourists were told to shelter in place. But basically what it means now is that there's going to be a power vacuum that needs to be filled, and an internal war that's going to happen between the CJNG and the Sinaloa Cartel. Or basically they're going to be figuring out who's going to take over. So it's going to be like a small little disruption between who's going to take charge of the fentanyl supply, the short-term and long-term distribution. Yeah, it's pretty much just like one kingpin dead doesn't mean that, someone's not. It's not going to dismantle the system unless I feel like you let us in there.
Yeah, but it's so hard because, like, it reminds me. Did you watch a documentary of about them finding Bin Laden?
I don't think I watched the documentary. I
It's
know about it.
Oh my God, the documentary is incredible. Like, I was honestly blown away by it, and who knows if they're sharing everything with us, but I it. It's interesting that they've declared these groups to be, terrorist groups, because it reminds me of the structure of these, of these big terrorist groups like Al Qaeda and, ISIS and things like that, where they're, like, it's this, system of replacement, and it's very, very deep, and it's very secretive, and that, like, even that one mission took us a decade and a war and all the things, if not more, and like, I can't, like, yes, maybe us going in would, I don't know, who knows if it would help or if it would just be like, I don't know.
We were in Afghanistan for like 20 years.
Yeah, so it's like,
We didn't need to be there for 20 years. Okay. This is what bothers me about that. We had Bin Laden. We had him, first off, we had him in the 90s. Clinton let him go. Okay. After this, we had, like, we could have found, I just don't believe that we could not have found him sooner. I just think the powers that be had so much more going on that they needed to keep that enemy alive. Whether or not he actually died the way that they said he did.
Yeah.
SEAL Team 6 going in there.
You should watch this documentary just because, like, it's a big topic, but it's really fascinating.
The way that they got Maduro in Venezuela, I'm not saying I'm a big Trump guy or anything like that, but I think if we could go in there pretty quick, swiftly, take out the things that need to be taken out and move on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a war needed to be. I think we were in Afghanistan, obviously, because it's pretty much been proven now. Not for the reasons that we went in there in the first place.
Yeah, and there's so many reasons for war, but I think the reason I bring it up is just because of, like, the structure of and the nature of the organization that a government or a country is up against, and it reminds me of that, of those terrorist groups. It reminds me of that structure. So it's interesting to think, if we were to have boots on the ground there, what would that mean for the United States? Like, what would it do, and how would it become, like, would it be resolved faster? Would it not? Like, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it would be.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't think so. Again, if we were in Afghanistan for 20 years and it was just for, whatever reasons it was.
Do you know any of the reasons?
I mean, there's money, there's relationships,
I guess
there's
just
oil,
money.
there's like.
I mean, they make a lot of money off the military-industrial complex. War makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oil. I mean, all the contracts that were given in 2001 when we went over there in the first place are still the contracts that are held by Halliburton, who is the company of the vice president of Dick Cheney. So Dick Cheney was the owner of, or the president of he ran Halliburton. I don't know what his actual title was. Halliburton was the company that got all the contracts of oil when we went over there. So he became wealthy off of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you eliminate the enemy, then you don't really have any other reason to be there.
Well, I do think the example of going in and getting the president of Venezuela is a very good thing. It's a very good point to bring up. How was that? Like, how was that extraction?
3 hours.
Yeah, like, how was that extraction so quick versus these other ones? Like, what is it? I would love to, like, sit down and analyze that structure and compare it to, this one in this conversation? Because
maybe we have better technology now. I don't know. Do you know how that? Did you ever watch how they went in there? I might get it wrong, but at least from what I've seen, we had some guy on the inside that was able to give us, some intel to know exactly when to go in there. And I guess we were supposed to go in there like possibly a few months or I know at least a few. They planned on going like a few days earlier than we did, but like the weather wasn't right. And we went in there, and there's this one interview of this, I guess he's like a bodyguard or something, talking about the technology that was used in there. And they're like, because it was no U.S. casualties at all. And there was like 100 on their side, like immediately. And they said that there was some technology that was used that made us all start throwing up, discombobulated. Oh, you haven't heard about this? And then Trump talks about it. He says that it was some special weapon that we used. And then the one interview with the guys, he said, yeah, everyone just starts throwing up. We're all discombobulated. And then they went in and got Maduro out and killed everyone around him. They were all Cuban bodyguards.
Jeez.
That were guarding him. And all the defense forces were done. Like, we went in there, and we also, first thing we did was we turned off all the power to the city. So the whole city went black. We went in there under darkness. Boom, apparently the secret weapon was used. 3 hours later, he was on his way out.
Yeah, it just makes me think like well, I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
who knows?
did you see how the 12-day war in Iran was?
No.
Recently, when we went over there, we just used the B-2 bombers. Boom, 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 took out their nuclear sites, just like that. That they were tracking us. We sent, I think it was 6 B-2 bombers east, 6 B-2 bombers west as a decoy. They thought the ones were coming for them. The other ones actually came for them, and they used the Tomahawk missiles to slice down into the ground of the. So it basically the nuclear power plant from the sky looks like it's buried underground, like it's many stories underground, and it just looks like 5 holes went through, and then they blew up what was underneath the ground. So it's just like boom, they were done. Took out their whole nuclear facilities.
The extraction of the Venezuelan president. That was also related to cartels and drug related, right?
So the charges brought up against him were smuggling of cocaine and gun charges, I think.
Okay.
But Biden put a $25 million bounty on his head, so he wanted him out. So it's not like people are trying to be like, oh, that our current president went in there to go do this when he already had a bounty on his head from our last president. So I don't know.
It is interesting to think. Like, I feel like any news that kind of hits us, it's like, oh yeah, this has been going on for 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Like it's just hitting us now, but we're so late. Everyone,
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things I could say on that though, because like the immigration stuff going on right now, they're trying to make it seem like it's just our current president's fault, when you can bring back all the speeches from every single president before him that all talk about how immigration is a problem in America. You can do the Bush speeches, you can do the Obama speeches, the Hillary Clinton running for presidency speeches about how it's a problem, we need to take care of the border. And now they're making it seem like this is a new thing. It's not new at all. Like there's those speeches from 10, 15 years ago or so, identical.
Same with the Epstein stuff. Like just recently, when we were watching, I forget what we were watching because I'm not great with that. But we were watching all the politicians talk about it, and there was like whatever, we're watching all the politicians talk about it, and we were watching. They were questioning Pam Bondi, and she looks she looks so crazy, but she's out there, she starts yelling at them, like at the people, and she was like, this has been going on for 8 to 10 years. She's like, and you did nothing about it. And like she starts, yelling about that, and the people who were responding to, they said, you know what, I'm gonna say that you are correct on that, and I do think that both they were like the people deserve an apology because you are correct.
From Pam Bondi?
No, from the well, specifically. I mean, if you look this up, this is true. I'm not making this up. The guy said from the Democratic Party, actually, which was specifically what was said. But I think, it's a whole. It's everywhere. I'm not saying Democrat versus Republican. It's just as a whole. To your point
what
of
was said in the video.
Yeah, and to your point about it being, centered around the current presidency, when the point that we're trying to make is that these problems have been going on for
they just
a
blame
decade.
it on the guy who's in office because they want someone to blame him for.
Yeah, and
they did it to Biden too.
Yeah, every presidency, that's what's going on. It's not just him.
I mean, they arrested Epstein in 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and they seized his island then, and that was during Trump's presidency. So, I mean, they had a lot of this stuff then.
Yeah, wasn't he just on? It was like a 6-month parole. Wasn't that Epstein?
Oh, that was back in 2005.
Oh.
Epstein was arrested in 2005, and then for I think something to do sexual, and then I guess arrested again in 2008 maybe.
I think 2008 was when it was like the 6-month parole or something.
Yeah, and he was like, all he had to do was kind of like show up to jail, and then it was like work release.
That's right. Yeah,
and then he could go home.
Yeah.
And then that's when like a lot of the emails that are coming out right now, people are like, was it before or was it after 2005 or before or after 2008? Did you communicate with him? Because was he already convicted of these crimes or not? There's a lot of stuff coming out with him too that like he has all these different passports from like the 1980s that were, you see about that? Like he's definitely got to be some kind of spy. Yeah, definitely. Mossad or CIA.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, to your, I mean, it's interesting to see all these like big power structures being just like.
Are they gonna actually be dismantled?
I don't know. It makes, even with what you're, telling me about this specific cartel, and now there's, a vacuum situation happening where they're going to bring somebody to power. There's going to be an internal war. There's going to be all these things. Like, is it really going to go away? No. Like, I don't know. It just feels so ginormous, which makes me sad. I'm like, that's big. That's a lot. That's exhausting.
No, because a lot of people lose money. A lot of people lose positions of power. I think we're just so corrupt. All around, across the board, we're so corrupt. Because if you watch Ozark, like if you were to finish it, basically, like they're saying, as the drugs come across, they, some of the cartel members or leaders become informants, and then they inform them on some of the trucking shipments that are coming across, but they let the other 3 go through. So then that trucking shipment gets picked up. FBI seizes it, and then the FBI uses that money. So now they're getting, a few $1 million that they're getting picked up every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the drugs that's the Iran-Contra. Do you know about the Iran-Contra?
I just was supposed to know about it. I learned about it in high school, and
You learned about it? Well, probably not the truth.
I don't know.
So that was one thing with Barry Seal. He was the CIA operative that was running cocaine from Colombia to Louisiana. And then he would bring it up to Medina, Arkansas, and from there, so basically the thought is a shipment of cocaine it can carry a lot more weight in money than a shipment of money, right? So you get a shipment of kilos of cocaine, you can sell those kilos, you make a lot more money. So they were using the money that they were using the drugs that they were taking from that was getting seized, selling it off, then buying supplies with it to arm the Sandinistas in Guatemala. And so, I just think it's, I think our government's just the mob. I've said this before. I think it's just a mob.
Yeah, it's just a different format, and same with all the different structures. to go back to that movie that we were talking about, what is it called? The new one with Leonardo DiCaprio and that guy. Starts with like a B.
Oh. No, I think it's
I keep thinking Bad Bunny.
It's Bad Bunny. It's Bad Bunny. The Leonardo DiCaprio movie is Bad Bunny.
But
no, it's Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Oh, one battle after another.
there it is. Yeah, there's the B. But it's kind
It's
of,
that one.
I think, what?
It's that one, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like a comment on that, I think, because there's like all these different. Well, you have to finish the movie.
I didn't watch the last 30 minutes, and I was told to because.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess I saw like his daughter. Like I was falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying? There's different.
No, it's kind of just like a comment on like on what we're talking about, like the structures and the government, kind of like the government in that movie to me very much felt very like mob, like mafia, like cartel, like it felt very like that, the energy that it was giving. And it was more so focusing on like immigration, but I think that it's all, connected, and there's, so anyway.
Yeah, but that, yeah. Anything else you want to know about Mencho that I can maybe answer?
Yeah, let me think. So he died on Sunday.
Yeah. Now there's going to be a power vacuum. They don't know. Now, this is where they should strike, I guess, is start to find out who the lieutenants are and start possibly, hopefully, stopping them from taking power, or however that way that is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where it gets like so overwhelming in my, like, how do you do that? How do you go in and do that? I mean, and same with thinking about the terrorist groups that we were talking about. Like, how do you truly dismantle them? It's to me, that is I can't even fathom that undertaking.
My thing with that, though, is if someone were to attack us on our land, I'd probably hate them too. You know?
Yeah, but who are you referring to right now?
People we consider terrorist groups in the Middle East.
Yeah, but wait, but
Like,
yeah, but don't we consider them to be terrorist groups because they have committed terror acts against our country?
I don't think the word terrorist was like even invented until the 1990s or something.
Well, yeah, until 9/11 or what?
Yeah,
no, I mean
something like that. I think so. Like,
no,
they might have been
no. There were other things before 9/11, but yeah, but like, isn't that?
I don't know what to believe anymore. I definitely think that we've committed acts of terror. And
Yeah,
they've committed
for
acts of terror.
sure. Right.
Both sides have committed acts of terror.
Sure. Yes. Well, we could really go down a whole rabbit hole about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are presented with this picture that we are the good guys, which I don't want to, but like so many people do not feel that way at all.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been a lot of false flags in the world to create a lot of wars, things like that. Like the Gulf of Tonkin, start of the Vietnam War, didn't actually happen the way that they said it happened, saying that the U.S. ship was attacked in the Gulf of Tonkin, and it wasn't. And that's what got us into Vietnam War. And the admiral of that ship was the lead singer of the Doors' father, Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison's father was the admiral of the ship in the Gulf of Tonkin to start the Vietnam War. But yeah, no, I guess back to it. Yeah, there's definitely groups that probably aren't very good in the Middle East. I don't know though. I'm not there. I'm only getting told. I only know what I've been told.
Yeah, we're being fed a narrative. Yeah.
And it feels like propaganda.
Yeah, I mean everyone in every country in every form, like in some kind of form, are being fed some kind of propaganda to support their country and where they are. So,
All right. Should
Well,
wrap it? Or is there anything else?
No, I was gonna say we should. This was a heavy day, heavy topic. Should we? Should we
Wrap it up with
say
something
something
softer?
funny to end? Can I tell you a funny thing that keeps happening to me?
That keeps happening to you?
Yeah. Like it happened today, and I told you about it on the way over. I have this like knack for accidentally cutting off funeral processions.
Cut him off?
Yeah, like
You join it?
Yeah. Yeah, because like the first time, and I remember every single time, the first time was in Philly. In my defense, we're on Broad Street. Like, you're kind of bobbing and weaving in Philly. Really picturing this. No, but I got flipped off by the entire funeral procession on Broad Street. And I was like, why? Because, you're bobbing and weaving on Broad Street trying to figure it out. And I like look over and I saw someone with their hazards on, but like I didn't see an entire row of people with their hazards on. So I like went over and then I went back and I think I went over again.
Oh, you were weaving in and out?
Yeah, I was like in and out. And I was like, and then I look over and like, because like, but everyone is honking in Philadelphia. Everyone's screaming and honking and it's just
That's a normal day.
Yeah, I'm just like driving around and they're probably honking at somebody else. And then I look next to me and the whole funeral procession is flipping me off. And like, but I didn't know at this moment that they were a funeral. I still didn't know yet. And I like look and they all have their hazards on and it dawns on me like, oh my God.
This is one in Philly or the one recently?
This is the one in Philly. And I happened to be like on FaceTime with my aunt like all these years ago when this happened to me. So then last week when I was driving here on 95 and I'm moving around and I'm on FaceTime with the same aunt and I look up, someone has their hazards on, then I get out of the line and I'm looking and more people have their hazards on and I was like, oh my God, I think I just did it again. I just cut off a funeral procession again. And then today I'm on FaceTime with my mom and I'm stuck behind this funeral procession. I also don't like this like energy. Like I'm like
people keep dying.
Yeah, God forbid angels protect me. Like what is this? I'm just gonna say like in tarot when you pull the death card, it's just the death of a chapter and on to a new beginning. So that's what I'm just gonna say it's a sign of. And I do think it's a sign of wealth and abundance headed my way for this year.
All this death. Try to catch her on the way home.
Well, actually, my mom
home on the way home.
No, my mom made a really good point. She goes, "So they're gonna go to the funeral." She's like, "They're headed to the because she knew where I was. She's like, they're probably headed to the cemetery right now, and then they're all gonna go to lunch, and then they're all gonna be leaving. So you might want to avoid that time." She's like, "You might want to stay where you are for like the next 2 hours. Hopefully, I've passed it because it's been a little while. But what the heck keeps happening to me?" It's funny at this point, but like, sorry to all
Dude, if you get one on the way home. Nah, you won't. Funerals are usually earlier than this.
Yeah.
So you should be good.
Yeah, but sorry to all the people that I've been cutting off. I feel terrible. And then my mom was like, "Be nice. They're sad. They're mourning." I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
I booked a funeral yesterday for Saturday. So if you want to catch one, there will be one on Saturday around 10 to 12.
What do you mean you booked it?
Like a funeral luncheon at the tavern.
Oh, I see. I was like, are you okay?
No, I'm okay. They're not.
Okay, they're coming in.
From Fitzgerald's Field. So if you want to catch one, just
they'll
be there around 12:30. So if you want to go, I don't know if that's the same then if you create it.
No, I'll probably forget about it. I'll probably forget, and then I'll just be subconsciously driving towards the tavern around 12. I'll be like, what is this? Oh, my God. Frank, tell me about this.
It's a 50-person luncheon, so it's a lot of cars.
I get it. It's beautiful, but I have been in a procession where like someone cuts us off and like my sister's hanging out the window like flipping them off. I get it, but
How
also
often
like
do you get stuck in these things?
Oh, I've been to many funerals.
Oh.
Yeah, we have like a joke in our family like we we should just like rent like a party bus because like we've been to a lot.
Oh.
Now I have a bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now you
so
have a
yeah, now
bus.
we have it. So that's the little red bus is coming to the next funeral that we attend. But it's not funny, but like, you know, it's part of life. So I guess we're trying to find some humor in it because we've been to many. So anyway, but like I will say like the continuous line, I especially. And if someone gets offended by this, I'm sorry. But, like, you know, it's a little, like, especially in Philadelphia, where it's crowded enough, it's hard enough to be driving around. Must we keep the single file line? Like, the driving, we'll all get there.
Yeah, we have maps now.
Yeah, we'll all get there. No, I mean, I think it's truly, like, the ceremony of it, which I'm like,
I
I
used to
guess
just think
that's
it was
nice.
to make sure everyone got there.
No, it's like everyone has their hazards on and you're all driving as one. Wait, really? You thought it was just...
Yeah.
So we all made it together? You know...
Yeah. No one got lost.
GPS has been around for a long time. A really long time.
Not everyone knows that, I guess.
Well, I always thought that it was these ceremonious...
It is probably.
Yeah, and so... But I'm like, do we need to keep that tradition? I think when I pass, I'll be okay if you don't do that.
You could write that in there. Say no procession.
Between the
where are they going?
church.
They go. They go from the church to the.
Yeah, to the cemetery.
Oh, that is where they go.
Yeah.
I've been to them too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. At least we're heading on a happier note.
Yeah. Wait, really quick. I have one more question. Have you ever been to, like, one time I was at, a few times, because I've had very, like, not very, but pretty, I mean, historical people, like, in who I happen to know in life pass away, and then I've gone to their funerals, and it's truly, like, it's a really cool experience, like a celebration of life rather than, like, a really sad experience. Like, I look back on those and I'm like, wow, that was so beautiful.
Like, have I gone to a good funeral?
Yeah.
You know, luckily I don't think I've gone to a funeral in a little while. I've gone to a good amount of funerals, but not one in a while.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Well, actually.
Oh. So you're saying that, like, they were decorated something?
Yeah, like, my dad's mentor in life was Laszlo Ishpanki, who is a world renowned artist, but he like grew up with him.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and we went to his, and I like remember going to his funeral. Of course, it was really sad, but he lived a really, really long, decorated, incredible life. So, you know, at this point now with like his funeral, it was like, you know, yeah, okay, like he's dying of old age, and you know he's lived an incredible life. So it was sad, but I remember the funeral being like gorgeous, and then the windows were open, or not the windows open, the doors are open. Like there were these big hanging tapestries that were flowing in the wind. Like it just felt like golden light was everywhere, and it just felt more like joyous than the other ones. And then the other one was one of my mentors in life, even though she wasn't in my life for a very long time, but Dr. Carrie-Amu Welsh, who she created a dance technique. So she, is a historical figure in the dance world, and I danced under her, and she passed over COVID, very sadly. So it was a hard time for things like that, but oh my gosh, they did the most beautiful, like a lot of her dancers throughout the generations, they were all dressed in white, and they did this incredible performance like throughout the church, like up and down the aisles with these like big beautiful white like silks, and like it was just amazing to witness. I'm like, that's how I want my funeral to be.
Yeah, a huge celebration.
Yeah,
I
mean,
really nice.
Everybody please, cry over me. But
sing,
then
sing,
let's dance.
That'd be cool. You think you'd watch your own funeral? Like,
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
Oh, you ever see
I'm so curious what it would be like.
Tom and Huck?
No.
He goes to his own funeral. Tom, well, he's not dead. It's
fakes his death and then he
they think he's yeah, maybe he faked it. It's like it's an old, you would watch as a kid. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is Tom, or he's Huck. I think he's one of them. But he's like watching from the rafters of the church, and like his family's there, like they're all crying, and the girl he likes is all there, and he's like, "Oh, she does like me." And then he's like 8 or 10 years old, maybe 12, and then he falls from the rafters at his own funeral.
Oh.
And they're like, "God damn it, Tom! You're not
That's
actually
funny.
dead.
You're not actually dead." That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I would definitely watch. I'd be so curious. I would love to hear. I love speeches. I love speeches. Like I love vows, like at a wedding, or I love something like that. So I would love to hear like who's gonna speak and who's gonna
Have you been working on your vows? Have you thought about them? No fucking way.
Oh, wait, relax over there.
I don't know why I asked.
I've thought about them once or twice for possible future things. I really I've been going to a lot of weddings. I've been listening to some beautiful vows, and I love that part. I think words are beautiful.
No,
I love
agree.
writing.
I hope that when I marry someone I want to like really pay attention to my vows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, me too. I think it's really, really special. And yeah, really, that's my favorite part of a wedding are the vows. So,
I like the best man speech and the maid of honor speech.
Oh, those are always
if
really
they're good,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I used to cater weddings. Oh, dude, I'm gonna forget. It was the greatest best man speech I've ever told, or ever said. Man, I'll forget it. Hopefully I'll remember it and I'll share it with you. But it was like so well planned out. And they had like so many people involved in this speech. Oh my God. And then they had like a phone call come in. Like they had this whole thing planned out that, oh my God, no, they had old voicemails too.
Oh.
From when like he started dating her.
Oh.
But they had an old voicemail. And it had to do with like, hey man, I met this girl, like,
I love that.
Yeah, and they used that like, and then they created their own voicemail pretending it was like one from him, being like, yeah, but like I'd rather sell my Nike sneakers or something.
That's funny.
And they're like, God, can you believe he said? And they like try to turn it off, but it's like fake. It was good.
That's awesome. Oh my God, you're making me realize that I have to do my first one ever of a maid of honor speech this year.
Maid of honor?
Yeah.
For sister?
My friend Kate. Yeah, so she's getting married this year.
Kate Kelly?
Yeah.
She just did her pictures at the tavern, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never met her. I just saw that it was like this person's coming to do engagement photos.
Wait, that's so funny.
They met at the tavern, I guess. They had their first date, I think, at the tavern or something like that. Well, they did their
photos. Yeah. I actually texted asking. I texted somebody. I think I texted your dad, asking if that would be okay.
Yeah, they did them. They did them like on the bar and.
Yeah, they looked so good. But yeah, I'm her maid of honor, so I have to do her speech.
They just bought a house too, right?
Yeah.
It's weird because I toured that house with my buddy because he was looking to buy a house.
It's a sick house. They have a pool.
Yeah. No, I saw it. It's like a split level. Yeah, I was in it. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going in their pool this year. I now have a friend who has a pool. We're going. Oh my God, you have a pool.
Yeah, dude, come over.
Oh my God, we haven't been friends through a summer yet.
I know.
That's fun.
No, it's I call it the resort back there because it's like the TV, everything. It's so nice.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
Yeah, I know. I plan to be in it every day.
That's where we will record from.
I've thought about it, Matt and I have thought about if we could bring this equipment outside. I got a buddy in Tennessee right now who wants to tell me all these crazy conspiracy theories because he's a lawyer now, was a JAG, worked in the military, but he was also like not special forces, but he was somewhere. But he basically is telling me that he has connections on different types of conspiracies.
Holy, that's cool.
But he's like, you got to bring the equipment to Tennessee. And I was like, I've never done
what?
That. I was like, I never fucking done
Why
that,
don't you
dude.
just do virtual?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, I know, but like for something like that'd be really cool.
I could. I'll try it.
At the end,
know how to.
Yeah, I'll show you. Well, I need to show you. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you should do virtual, and then you could just sit here, and then you'll be like, oh, I never need to do it in person again.
Yeah, but I like the in person.
I know. Well, you'll still do a lot of in person, but for that one guy.
Yeah. I also just think he's gonna not say as much as he's letting on that he's gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I'll talk to him. We'll send me all these things. You gotta check out this anti-gravity thing, and then he'll send me like these videos and whatnot. And he's like, and I know this guy who was stole this plane in Iraq, and during like one of the battles, it like snuck in. Special forces guy, like telling me like, crazy stories that go along the lines of that. And then I'll like go to talk to him, and be like, and he's like, well, I can't talk about some of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You crazy dude.
You're like, actually, never mind.
Yeah, that's
Stay
kind of
over
where
there
I'm
in
at.
Tennessee.
But he owns got a horse farm down in Tennessee, and I might go hang out there.
That'd be fun. Yeah, go there.
I'll go do that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, that was good.
Yeah.
We did it.